Good evening. This is Stans Matthews here in the Matthews broadcast on this Tuesday, the 25th of July, 2017. I might add a very pleasant Tuesday, right in the low 70s. That rain really cooled us off, and we needed that today. You are tuned in to the Matthews broadcast at www.gemsradio.net, where we have big cable on the run. You are now in the alignment, you are in the empowerment, the upliftment, and the enrichment broadcast. Yes, you are in the Matthews broadcast, and Matthews broadcast experience is based on those four principles. As we do each night, we want to begin with gratitude. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Mr. Vernon Bradbury, Captain Newark Police Department, Bike Police, Miss Allison Skeet, of the Sophisticated Guyanese Women Organization. Guyana happens to be the place of my birth, so I always like to talk to Allison about that over at the Port Authority in New York. Mr. Joseph Peterson, congratulations on your retirement from all of those years as an educator. Mr. Vinnie Jackson, keep on having things go right at the Philadelphia Attorney General's office. Mr. Greg Jones down in Willingboro, New Jersey, keep on doing those mortgages and that financing. Your real estate fortune grows by the day, and I'm the most proud person of you. Miss Sarah Cepeda, our empowerment queen down in Camden County. Mr. Dennis King in Jacksonville, Florida and Pennsylvania. Miss Shaka Andrews in Miami. Miss Leslie Andrews in Honolulu, Hawaii. Miss Charlene St. Clair in Richmond, New Jersey. Miss Pinky Andrews in Hampton, Virginia. Mr. and Mrs. Harry and Anna Staley in Charleston, South Carolina. Welcome. Thank you so much for all your support. Cool Otis Brown. Lindsay's always asking about you, man, but now
Yes.
you are down in Hotlanta, not to return anytime soon. So you and Mrs. Brown enjoy. Greg Riley in Falls Church, Virginia. Harvetta Fax in Baltimore, Maryland. And Miss Phaedra Andrews in London, England. Miss Aubrey Pereira in Trinidad. Mr. Simpson de Silva in Guyana. Miss Adoranka Batamosi in Bermuda. And Miss Liz Thompson in Jamaica, in Montego Bay to be exact. We have a great show scheduled for you. And because economics, the foundation, it is the story of the 21st century, how we get our daily bread, feed ourselves, and leave something in the land for our children. First and foremost, we want you to support our super sponsors who make this broadcast possible. And so there are some companies that have made it their business to be there for the Matthews broadcast, and we want you to be there for them. First and foremost, Dorson Home Care, which is a breath of fresh air for caregivers everywhere. Call Dorson at 973-672-7691 for the best home care anywhere, conveniently located at 395 Pleasant Valley Way in West Orange, and also on Chestnut Street in Roselle. Dream Builders, building generational wealth, one great client at a time. That's Mr. Paul Dussard at Dream Builders, 973-220-5026. They are at 300 North Midland Avenue in Saddlebrook. Mobile marketing and advertising guaranteed to take your sales higher. Call Trey and Daniel at Billboards for Hire. The Matthews broadcast has just entered into a strategic partnership with the brothers at Billboards for Hire, so you will be seeing those 20-foot trucks with the digital printout on the side and the surround sound. You just saw them at the New Edition concert at Madison Square Garden. You just saw them at the Giant Stadium for Summer Jam. You just saw them. You're going to see them this coming Saturday in Paterson, New Jersey at the Jamaica Day Festival. So look for those big red trucks with the digital printout on the side, the surround sound. You'll have no problem hearing them. They are going to be our on-the-ground marketing. So when you advertise with the Matthews broadcast, not only are you going to be marketed on this platform and on social media, you'll also be on the sides of those trucks on Billboards for Hire. So excited about that partnership and excited about improving the services that we offer to our clients. Nothing says I love you like flowers. You've tried the rest, now try the best. A rose's petals is where you would call. Mr. Nathaniel and Miss Carolyn Joe have been there for 21 plus years. They're at 472 Broadway in Patterson, 973-742-5333. Mr. G's Restaurant, where good friends meet, greet, and eat. The Dean of Black Entrepreneurs in the state of New Jersey, 54 years young in business. He owns Mr. G's, and they are at 455 East 18th Street in Patterson. You can reach them if you want to call ahead for some of that fabulous soul food. Lindsay and I are partial to the catfish nuggets.
Had it today.
You had it today. over some romaine lettuce and a little bit of vinaigrette. 973-782-4020. I got to go get mine when we get off the air. For advice and planning that's always great in your real estate, call Smith Gilmore Real Estate. That is Violet Smith Gilmore, her husband, her whole team. They're 1258 Teaneck Road in Teaneck. You can call them at 201-723-4203. 201-723-4203. The Funding Magnet, funding your plans so that you can live your dreams. For small businesses, raising working capital is always difficult. So if you want to raise $5,000 to $25,000 in working capital with no borrowing, no debt, and with no collateral, call Funding Magnet, Mr. Anthony Hibbert and his team at 973-357-3698. The mortgage you need for the home you want is at Citizens Mortgage. More than 30 years of excellence. Miss Marichelle Alvarez, her father, and her team, they've been in business for more than 30 years at 26-01 Pellick Drive in Fairlawn. You can reach them at 201-398-0800. Our second strategic partnership, Optimum Tax and Financial Services. You want the max? Get Optimum Tax. 5-star rated online and Better Business Bureau certified. Call Mr. Ivan Maxey at 908-352-1040, 908-352-1040. In its strategic partnership with the Matthews Broadcast, Optimum Tax and Financial is offering a free business consultation for all of the Matthews Broadcast audiences, so you would get down to 500 Rahway Avenue in Elizabeth for your free consultation and have Ivan and his team, his brother Tony, Miss Sterling, his daughter Taj, and all those at Optimum Tax will look under the hood of your business and give you all the advice you need to get your books right, to get your finances right, to make sure taxes are in order and that you're properly incorporated. So give them a call at 908-352-1040. So those are our super sponsors. We sincerely ask you to support them because they support us. They're our foundation, and we want them to continue to grow. We want them to continue to prosper. We are not diminished in any way when we lift up anyone else. Remember, Matthew's Broadcast audience, you are made in the image and likeness of the Most High God, and you are his children. It says so in Psalm 82 verse 6. It says, ye are gods and the children of the Most High God. So remember, you're a kingdom builder endowed with special gifts, but nothing changes until you use those gifts to change it. Second principle, empowerment. There's a scripture, 2 Timothy 1 through 7, that says, for God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. Love, power, and a sound mind. Upliftment is our third principle. As our poet laureate Maya Angelou always reminds us, one of her favorite pieces for me, people will forget what you said. They may forget what you did, but they will never ever forget how you made them feel. So we've got to invest in how we make each other feel. Just think about what is in the best interest of the other person and do it. Finally, fourth principle on which this broadcast rests is enrichment. We are fabulously wealthy people, and our problem is not lack of capital or lack of wealth. Our problem is organizing it, using it for our best interest. So Remember, money can't solve all of our problems, but it can solve our money problems. The challenge of the 21st century and beyond, as far as I'm concerned, is the imperative for black and brown wealth, to organize our resources for ourselves, to be selfish about loving each other, lifting up each other, and building each other. When we do that, we can bring about Dr. King's beloved community, and Malcolm's just society will come into view. So let's go ahead and do that to please our twin pillars of love, righteousness, and justice, Malcolm and Martin. They would be very satisfied to watch us from heaven as we move into the 21st century, healthy, wealthy, and wise in all aspects. We are so grateful, so happy that we are joined by two giants in their own industry.
Right.
The area of personal development is front and center tonight. I'm not talking about you, Lindsay.
What?
I'm talking about the other two people.
Oh, man.
So personal development is front and center tonight. We have with us Mr. Wam Ndure, who is a world-class personal trainer in his own right. Fabulous young man who I count myself blessed to call my friend. And we also have Mr. Zev with us, who is a empowerment teacher, trainer, and speaker. He's running down Mr. Les Brown's lane. So you got to be running hard when you're running down that lane, because Alma Brown's baby boy gets $50,000 for 15 minutes now.
That's right.
$50,000 for 15 minutes.
You don't have to speak all day. It's
gonna cost you. I saw him in Las Vegas, and he said he doesn't mind telling it because that's the way he holds himself accountable.
Right.
So if you tell him that you want him to accept $49,999.99, he's gonna tell you no. It's $50,000. He said that just sounds good in his ear, make his spirit. 50,000 for 15 minutes is what that man gets paid.
Yeah,
that's real.
He's been at it a long time.
Anthony Robbins gets 125 though.
For 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got an advantage. let's put it that way. His folk, they have the ability to write a check that's a little bit bigger, but I still think Les is way ahead of him in terms of everything. And so we want to welcome these gentlemen as they teach us physical, mental fitness here this evening, inspire us and uplift us. I remember Jim Rohn saying on one of my favorite pieces that Jim did, that when he was 18, he said there's 4 ways to make money, and they work in a vertical fashion. He said the first way to make money is to work. So Jim said when he was 18, he said, "Dad, I want to make money." His father showed him how to milk a cow. Mm-hmm. He said it paid, but it didn't pay that well.
All the milk you can drink, right?
So he said working pays, but it doesn't pay that well. So then he said, "Dad, I want to make more money." His father said, "Okay, so the second level of income is not just working, it's selling. You learn how to sell something. It pays better than just working." So he said instead of just knowing how to milk a cow, now he knew how to go out and get a customer. So he said the second level was selling something. He said he got good at it, and he liked the money in selling. Came back to his father. He said, "Dad, I got to go out all day. I got to look for customers. Sometimes people say no. Sometimes people say no to me. So I want to find another level of income." So his father said, "Okay, son, you're getting it. The third level of income that will pay you without you having to run around is teaching. Especially if you could get a bunch of people in one room, group teaching pays extremely well." So he said he learned how to put his stuff together, his charts and graphs. He said, he did real good. And then he said he came back to his father and he said, "You said there's 4 levels. What's higher than teaching?" So he said, "Working pays, selling pays better, teaching pays better. But he said the big money, son, is inspiring." He said, when you can take somebody at a place where they start to behave as their better self, they will pay you anything for that.
Right.
Wow.
That's true.
Right? Right.
That's
So I'm gonna give you an example of that. There's a singer in the world named Jennifer Hudson. We said that Les Brown gets $50,000 for 15 minutes. Tony Robbins gets $125 for a half an hour. Jennifer Hudson gets $500,000 for one song. Why? Because when she does that thing, man, and she hits that note, you just feel like you're in another place, right?
That's right. Go through you.
You can't really place your finger
She takes you
on
to
why
another
somebody would pay her $500,000 for one song, but you got to understand it is how people feel when she does that.
Right. It's that feeling.
Oh man!
That emotional connection.
So Jim Rohn said, inspiring. When we get to the place where we can inspire people, we can write our own check.
Absolutely.
So, I know you're on your way to that, Brother Zev. So I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay so that you can ask these gentlemen a few questions so that our audience could know who they are, what they do better, and to support them.
Okay, Zev.
How you doing?
Good. What is the name of your business
The name of my company is actually called
organization?
Coach 37.
Coach 37.
Coach 37, just like the pocketbooks for the ladies. Coach.
Wow.
And the number's 37.
Okay.
Right.
What is the unique value of your business or organization?
Well, I'm actually in the personal development industry. So when you're in the personal development industry, everyone pretty much has their own story to tell, their own life journey that can probably help someone else move along that life journey a lot faster by just learning my experiences. So my life experiences has taken me to a high level of success, and then also down to some valleys where there were some disappointments and setbacks, and that has helped me to develop a program that I use to help others to improve their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes my life experiences so unique and how I help individuals.
So the failure was actually working for you.
Yes, the failure
get
is
you-
actually good. It's actually
They have
good.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Just
excellent, man.
just like Brother Lindsay said earlier, Brother Stan said earlier, is that when as you're a singer, most of the time singers can write great songs when they have tragedy in their life. So it's the same thing as a life coach. If you go through some difficulties in your life, that brings out the best in you, and then you're able to transfer that information over to others. So
Gold in the fire.
That's the only way it works.
Gold goes through the fire and it comes out as pure gold.
Only way, pure gold. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a great referral for your business or organization? Who will help your business to grow?
Who would help my business to grow? Well, my services are geared towards actually everyone, because we all need that push to reach our full potential in life. See, we cover the 4 major areas of life, which is your health, your career, your relationships, and your finances. So when all 4 are running on the same cylinder or the same vibration, if you want to put it that way, life is great. But when you might have a pocket full of money, but your health is bad, it doesn't matter. The most important thing to you is your health. So we help people to improve all 4 areas of life.
Excellent.
Now, how can people get in touch with you?
It's very simple. You can there's 2 websites you can go to. The first one is coach37.com. That's COACH37.com, or they can go to CWZev.com, which is CWZEV.com. Or they can reach us toll free in the office at 1-888-226-5051, and I'm at extension 701.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
I'm loving it.
Wow.
What's up, man?
How you been, man?
No, I'm hanging in there.
Good.
Did you eat 7 meals today?
I couldn't. Man, how do you put that much food in your body?
It's all right. I haven't even eaten my 7 meals today. I still got 2
Just
sitting in the car.
You got 2 meals to go.
Yeah, I skipped the 6 o'clock meal to make it over here, so it's all right. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll tell you exactly as it is.
What is the name of your business?
Wom's World.
Wom's World.
Wom's World.
Okay. What is the unique value of your business?
Unique value of the business is we keep it as a family environment. So now when you think of personal training, it's supposed to be personal. When you step into a fitness facility, the majority of the time, like to give you an example, the LA Fitness down in Kearney, they started their, the facility, then they were doing personal training. But it's not personal. You're sitting in the middle of the gym, and you're interacting with other folks, or folks are interacting with your trainer while they're trying to train you. And then also the worst part about it is that there's a lot of people who aren't really comfortable training around others. So it takes that personal aspect of it. So like you're paying somebody to personally train you, but yet you have to, like mingle with others, and you have to, wait for somebody to finish with the equipment for you to, step in and work out. You gotta actually wait around. It's not personal. So with Wom's World, what we did was, I'm like, people were like, oh, you have compact studios, everything fits obviously. Because I wanted to keep it like a real, like a family environment. So I got, real nice size studios, the spin rooms, it's a reasonable amount of bikes in there. We're running 9 bikes, one for the instructor. I'm actually going to bring more bikes in there. Because the classes, again, pretty interesting. So, it's black light spin, and then in the other room, when you're in there by yourself and you're training with me, no one else can come in there.
Now, when you work with people, you sometimes go to their home.
Yes.
Okay, so you use isometric?
Yeah. Well, I got some clients who still have gym memberships, so
okay.
They find it a little bit comfortable. They don't want to go through the same pattern. So it's like like I have a young lady who has a membership with Planet Fitness down there that just opened up on Broad Street around Little Public Library, and she's like, she's scared that guys follow her around me. She's a nice looking girl. Guys comment on it. She's like, she don't want them to notice her pattern all the time. So she's like, we can switch it around. That's fine. So we do 2 days a week here, and we do 1 day on Planet Fitness.
Cool.
Do a completely different route, or I'll just be there, you meet me there, we do our thing and we go on.
How come she doesn't worry about you following her around?
I'm thinking the same thing.
You never know, I might be one of those guys.
She might have an eye on you. My personal friend is Bill Bellamy. Bill Bellamy and I went to high school together, and the world doesn't know this. I always tell it about Bill. Bill Bellamy learned to be a comedian because we picked on him so bad when we were in high school. We talk about cracking on people.
Right,
Right? And Bill would always get the worst of it because he was very tall and skinny, and his clothes never fit him right. So he had to learn how to tell jokes. So Bill tells us a joke. He says, what the problem in the world with relationships is? He said, you see that guy right there? He's in love with that beautiful lady right there. He just loves that she just drives him crazy. You know what the problem is? You see that beautiful girl right there? She's in love with that guy right next to her. She's in love with that guy next to her. She ain't even thinking about my friend. Look at her. She's looking at that next guy. And I'm going to tell you what's really wrong with the world. You see that guy she is in love with? See that guy she's in love with? He got a problem too. He's in love with that guy right there.
Oh man.
He said, that's the problem with the world. That guy's in love with that guy right next to him.
Oh man.
I said, Bill, you killed me, man. He did that at the Rahway Arts Festival. But, obviously, she obviously trusts you that she would ask you to be, in her private space, whether it's at your spot or it's at the Planet Fitness. That's a good thing.
Right.
What would be a good referral for you? Who will help your business to grow?
Honestly, my business is open to everybody. And, one of the hardest lessons that I learned when I started this business back in August was that I geared it towards a specific demographic, like not even demographic, specific age group. And I was like, let's get some young cats in here, people who I like it, everyone might come in here and be like, oh, you know what, it's a lot of young people in that gym, or in that training facility, it looks good. But then what I didn't realize is that, you have to open it up for everybody, because when summertime came around, guess what the reality of the situation is?
Yeah, that's right. The weather was the enemy of your
beautiful.
business.
The young folks were like, we're gonna go to the beach. We don't got time to be training at this guy's place. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But then that's when I opened it up. I'm like, everybody is supposed to be at Wom's World. I got a 60-year-old man, and he works harder than anybody I've ever trained before. And he loves to push. And I actually pushed him harder than any other client that I've ever had, because he just respects the challenge and he won't back down. So me, I'm like, man, who is this guy? Like, who do you think you? I'll give you an exercise that breaks my youngins down, and you tell me you can do it. Like today, we did a whole full set. I actually trained him before I came here. So I'm like, you do lunges. You do front lunges, back lunges, and I did side step lunges just to add it on in there. He's still doing them.
Mm-hmm.
So each one you do 1, 2 on one leg, 1, 2 back, and then you do side and side. That counts as 1. We get to 8, he's still going. I'm like, all right, you know what? Look, this is what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna hold it for 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Still does it. I'm like, okay, well now we're gonna hold it for 10 seconds. Still does it. Love him. Takes a challenge, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And-
He like Beyonce. He said, "You must not know about me." You know that man
That's
was
right.
that man wasn't going nowhere, right?
You
quick?
are nowhere.
What?
Wow.
No, that's a great thing. You know, they say these days, 60's the new 50 and 70's the new 60, because what is happening is the nutrition that's available,
Right.
the mind science that's available, and the exercise equipment that's available is literally not necessarily turning back the clock, but it's making people at higher ages more fit than they ever could be
Right.
before.
Absolutely right.
You know, and I'm a big proponent of the personal empowerment field. You know, my favorite book of all time is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I believe that you are as old, as happy, or as sad as your mind tells you you are.
Absolutely.
If you disagree with me, Zev, tell me.
Absolutely right.
It's all a mental piece,
All mental.
and if your headset is on right,
All mental. Life is 90% mental, 10% physical.
how do you keep that mental piece on that edge?
There's several ways. One of the best ways of doing it is actually meditation. Yeah, quiet time, spending at least 15 minutes per day by yourself to relax your nerves, your mindset, to refocus, to re-energize your body, and most of all your mind. So meditation is really key. We talk to some of the top producers, and whether it's athletes or business executives, CEOs of corporations, they all meditate. They all do meditation.
Wow.
They
Right.
keep it a secret, but they all do meditation. That's the key. It breaks up the monotony throughout the day, it reduces the stress, and it keeps you focused.
Wow.
That goes back to what a Sabbath is.
That's right.
Taking time out to just be.
Just right.
Just rest.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rest, yeah.
Wow. Oh, I didn't get off that. How can people get in touch with you?
Oh, they can get in touch with me several
Wow.
ways. That's cool. Get in touch with me several ways. Instagram. All of my stuff is my Instagram, my Facebook is Business Wams World. That's all you gotta type in on Instagram. You'll find me WALMS World. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you think about it, you just take Walmart, take the art part out.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Your WAM, you add an S on that, and then put World all together. Wams World, WALMS World. On Instagram, Facebook, same thing. Wams World. You'll find our Facebook page. The interesting fact, and that's the first 4 letters of my first name. So if you want to find the actual Facebook page, Wambagan.
Wambagan.
It's from Senegal, West Africa. So it's WALMBEGAN, and then the last name is N'_DURE. You can find the Facebook, my actual Facebook page. The website is wamsworld.com.
Cool.
My favorite Afrocentric scholar of all time, the author of Civilization versus Barbarism, Sheikh Anta Diop.
Okay, I've heard that name in a while.
That's right. That's right. That's right. He came to New York, and this high-level Jewish professor from Harvard wanted to debate him, and Sheikh agreed to debate him at the Harvard Club downtown. And so the guy came out and had his argument already, and he did this half an hour, all kinds of technical stuff, and Diop just stood there. And so the moderator said, Dr. Diop, he's made his opening argument. You didn't say anything. Dr. Diop says, oh, I forgot to tell you. I only debate with peers or superior peers. All else I teach. Shut down. Shut down.
Wow.
Diop is a unique figure. Anthropologist, chemist, scientist, archaeologist, 18 languages, over 100 books written. Died about 10 years ago. head and shoulders above any scholar that black people in this world produced in the last 100 years. The only person that's even anywhere close to him is Du Bois. Check him out. This is Stan Matthews and Lindsay Tynes here at the Matthews Broadcast, streaming worldwide on gemsradio.net, where we have Big Cable on the run. And we have been joined by the two foundation pillars of Source of Knowledge: books, gifts, inspiration, on art,
Yes.
hair, and everything else, yoga. Miss Masani Barnwell and Miss Patrice McKinney, who I'm proud to say are my sisters from a long, long, long time, and I'm just so proud of everything that they're doing. If the photographer is not going to stop taking pictures because they so fly and beautiful that we can keep going.
That's right.
And we're just happy that they're here.
Graced us with their presence.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm
Thank
so,
you.
so happy to see the two of you. And I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Lindsay, so he can ask you a few questions so that we can get you the support that Source of Knowledge deserves.
Masani?
Masani.
Masani. I keep. All right. Masani. What does it mean?
It means one with space between her teeth.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Unique.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. What is the name of your business?
Source of knowledge.
Source of Knowledge. And what is the unique value of your business? What can we get from your business that nobody else has?
That's an easy one.
Besides genuine love and support, but we Source of Knowledge, you never know that it started out as a bookstore, and our books are unique in that rarely do you find the books that you find in Source of Knowledge in Barnes and Noble. Okay? Why? Because there's a platform for everyone in this world except for us as a people. And Source of Knowledge, we give our authors that platform. I'm talking our authors that walking off the street, our authors that have their books in their garage because they can't get it on the shelves any place else. Their books are in our store. So we
And our scholars like Diop and
oh yes,
and the
don't
rest
think
of
we're
it.
just doing urban novels. Okay, we're doing our history. We're digging deep into where we come from and how our beginnings and this world beginnings. Those are the books that we carry. And for our children, they're in awe because they're like, I only seen they go to Barnes and Noble and find one book with a picture of them. You go to Source of Knowledge, you see a wall filled with pictures and which look like them.
I have to apologize, Masani. I haven't brought him down from Patterson, from the Silk City. So we got to bring him down. We got to
Gotta
bring
bring
him
me
down
down.
and get him
Yeah.
cultured. Because
That's right.
because as inquisitive as he is, he'd get in there and be there for 5 hours.
That's
He won't
right.
want to leave.
That's right.
You get in that store.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love learning new stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then our books are not only just African descent, but people of color. We have Native Americans. We have Latinas and Hispanic books as well. So we make sure we have to blend because we need to understand we all began where life began was created in Africa. By no means should you understand anything less, but do know that that people of color, we need to all gravitate together because we can build and be one, and let's make us stronger. We have to come together and unify.
The world is too small for us not to have the
Too
truth.
small, and everybody's, there's so much. I don't need to do all the talking.
Well, let me just hop in for a second. Robert Bouval and Graham Hancock, a Belgian and an Englishman, have just written a book that they're touring the world on now called Black Genesis. And they said now, without a doubt, all of the scholarship is in, from archaeology to anthropology to biology, zoology, all of the science is now in, that about 124,000 years ago, a black woman birthed the first humanoid called Homo sapien. That is the humanoid with a larger brain that could think at a higher level, and that her DNA is in every human being on this earth now. So no matter whether you mutated and your skin color is a lot lighter, you mutated and your skin color is yellow. She is your mother, whether you like it or not. This is two white boys saying this.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about. They call her the Lucy Bones or the origin of Eve.
She is the
Yeah.
origin of Eve.
Yes,
And
from
this is-
Ethiopia. What they forget to tell you that she comes from Ethiopia.
But here's the thing: this is two Caucasian men
Mhm.
saying that this is their mom,
They know the
Mm.
truth.
and they're proud of it.
That's well, the Pope also knows. You see those pictures of the Pope?
Masani's about to go in.
who's-
She gonna get the Pope.
I'm like, he's just those two guys. You know, the Pope. They have the picture of the Black Madonna and Angie on their wall.
Which is,
That's what they put.
which is
Thank
another
you.
book that we have, Black God by Dr. Supreme Understanding,
Mhm.
where when the world was black, the untold history of the world's first civilization, it shows documented evidence of our existence all around this world. It shows you beyond a shadow of a doubt the first people on this earth were black people.
Wesley
that's
Muhammad's book, which I picked up from you as well. Wesley Muhammad's book, Egyptian Sacred Science,
Yes.
Ma'at, and Islam.
Yes.
You know, children of the same. He talks about the same thing, that if you look at Osiris
Mm-hmm.
or if you look at Isis, their images on the pyramid text, they're always blue-black.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
called
Yes.
the black
Yes.
luminous body
Yes.
of God. So literally, you know, he's saying they're a depiction of when you look out into space, into the blackness of space. That's what Isis and Osiris represents. And he and Rashidi Runoko.
Runoko
Rashidi,
Rashidi,
yes.
the other one,
Love
Runoko, went in, collaborated to put that piece together. And that's
What's
also
everything they're
fabulous.
telling us? Melanin is everywhere. It's in the
Yes.
universe. It's in the water. It's in the plants. It's in the earth. You know, everything is made up of melanin.
That's right.
And they brainwash you and try to tell you that we were cursed because we came from the tribe of Ham. But why would God curse a people without this existence?
That's right.
Without this melanin, there'd be no existence of anything.
No.
So we were God's chosen.
And by the way,
people.
what color is melanin, Patrice?
Black.
Woo!
But see, that's why it's so important. The source of knowledge is so much more than a bookstore. It's
That's
a
right.
meeting
That's right.
ground
Mhm.
for
Yes.
our people to come and
Platform.
exchange information at any given time. You go in there to buy a book and you right in the center of a lecture, an impromptu lecture.
Do you have times when you read to the children?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we have books and breakfast
Yes.
that we do. We're going to start it back, but the last Saturday of every month from 9 to 12, what we do is we give the kids a hot meal.
Mhm.
We have books that are donated. They pick as many as they want.
Yes.
Then each child get a ticket. They come downstairs. Any book in the store, $20 or less, it's free. It's free.
Mhm.
Because we want to get them off the tablets. It's good to know, but you need to
Yes.
go back to that paper.
They need to
Yeah.
just
Yes.
look at it, see it, feel it, know it, and just feel so much pride. You know, they love to see the books and see the little children within the books doing
Looking
this.
like them.
Yes.
Seeing what-
Yes. We have to be able to identify our children when they're so young. They're such visual learners. So when they're able to see a picture of someone else doing such great things in a book that they don't get to see when they're in school.
And
Right.
also,
Now, this is
our
what
famous childhood story, I'm not going to catch it, the ugly duckling. Y'all remember that story. We all had that story. The duck was ugly. The little black duck was ugly because he was the only black amongst the other little white ducks. It wasn't until he became a white swan that he was considered beautiful. So what is that telling our kids? If you're black, you're ugly. If you're
Mhm.
white, you're beautiful. So the
Mhm.
brainwashing starts from a child. So we have to deprogram and program truth.
Go ahead, Nancy, you like that? Lindsay, hurry up and get the
I'm
contact information. as Nelson Mandela said to Ted Koppel, did I paralyze you? Y'all sitting up here, ooh. Ask for the information, contact information.
Who can we get in contact with? How can we get in contact with you to better your business?
Well, we're located on Facebook, and as well as Instagram
The name that's
and
under-
Twitter. It's under Source of Knowledge 867 at yahoo.com. That's our email,
Okay.
and that's also our Facebook name. Source of Knowledge. No
Space.
no spaces. Okay. Our telephone number is 973-824-2556. We're
Address.
located at 867 Broad Street in Newark, New Jersey, across the street from the Prudential Center, diagonal of City Hall. One of 3 buildings not owned by this one owner on our block. We are one of the only Black-owned buildings within the downtown area of Newark, New Jersey,
Beautiful.
which must be maintained, because as things change, we need to stop running from the change and be a part of it. And we start creating the change that we want for the city. So we're standing strong there. Small building, but we have a lot of might within it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
but you made one mistake, Stan. This is not our building. This is the community.
There it is.
This
That's
is
right.
for
That's right.
everybody. The only requirement, you must have some melanation in
She drawing the line.
Yeah.
Dr. Clark used to say, "Power is the ability to include and exclude." What we want to do with the Matthews broadcast audience, everyone that can see us right now, all our vast audience, we want to have a Saturday where we come from everywhere in the state of New Jersey, just like the Muslims make pilgrimage to Mecca, just like the Jews make pilgrimage to Jerusalem. The Great Pyramid at Giza says, "Man, know thyself." Well, you cannot know yourself in the state of New Jersey until you make a pilgrimage to Source of Knowledge. And when you get there, you're gonna find yourself all over the place. Your butterflies are gonna get goosebumps. So if you think what they were dropping here tonight is strong, be at 867 Broad Street in Newark. We're running short on time, but we're not running short on inspiration. We love you. We thank you for coming in. Source of Knowledge Book
Patrice, right?
Yes,
Patrice?
Patrice.
at Patrice and Masani. And so we are going to set a date. You're going to hear me announce it on this streaming television show. We're going to go downstairs and have some time to spend together and reason together, but we're going to come up with a date. So stay tuned, Matthews broadcast audience, and you will know the Source of Knowledge Pilgrimage Day. We might make y'all wear white. Go down there. Might make you wear your linen. So as we say, whenever we sign off, there are 2 types of people in the world, Matthews broadcast audience: dreamers like you, and dream killers. Embrace the first and run like heck from the second. This is Stan Matthews in the Matthews broadcast. Good night.
Good night.
God bless.